Good. Oh,
Hello.
thank you, Dorothea, for making Gitter. I think that transformed our project into a real-time thing. And Doug, if you haven't seen that yet, that's
I
part of the
haven't.
tour. Okay, so we'll take you on a little tour, Doug, of where we've come to, and if you're prepared to screen share, we can help walk you through
I, I,
what
I
we have.
can I can do that at the risk of embarrassing myself, but
It's okay.
absolutely.
I'll be doing something similar. So I think what I'm going to ask you to do is browse over to there. Yeah, that's looking good. Looks
Okay.
like it's there. Looks like you're logged in. So okay, we're
Yes.
already past the first step. So yeah, if you click on, for example, the third link over there on the right, peeragogy.github.io. Yeah, that one. Just for the sake of to see something familiar, if you scroll down here to license, all the way down to license, is something kind of familiar. Yeah,
License MD.
yeah, click on that. And this is our license. So if you change this, you'll change it on peeragogy.org. So if you want to, just you can do it or walk through it. You can click on the pencil icon. There's a trash icon and a pencil icon. Click on the pencil, not the trash. Yeah, edit.
Okay.
And this is much like editing any other wiki. So you can see I added a link to my name. So Joseph Corneli links to my homepage. So you're welcome to link Doug Breitbart to anything you want as for sake of editing, or if you don't want to edit, if you don't want to add a link, you can make some other minor change there. Just like add a space or I don't know, whatever you feel like doing. I would suggest
So,
doing.
but it's a standard sort of
Yeah,
uh, text-based editing.
yeah. You can just
Okay.
copy the kind of formatting I used in my name. It's called Markdown. Is the standard. It's similar to any other wiki, but yeah, if you copy the same style of what I did, you'll get a link on your name when you press save.
Okay.
So I would encourage you to do it. I'll find a link to Markdown just so you have the reference.
Uh, that means I have to figure out a link to.
You could link to
Um,
Google Docs, for
here,
example.
let me. Okay, so let me do something. As long as I'm here, I guess I might as well get a link.
And if you could link directly to your brain, I know you love the brain, so
Oh man.
directly to the brain. That could be a big one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the state of my cloud brain is, so I'm not sure that I'd want to do that. But I can do this.
Okay.
Um,
Looking good.
that'll serve.
Yeah. Right. So
Okay.
there you go. That's formatted as a link. Now, if you go down below where it says commit changes and it's got a picture of you,
Ah. Okay.
uh, if I can't quite see, yeah, there, update license.md. If you don't do anything and you just press the big green button, that will work. If you want to say where it says update license MD for practice, I would type there, click into update license MD and put link my name to LinkedIn or something. Just to summarize what you've changed there. So that's yeah. Yeah. That's fine. However you want to summarize.
Right.
And you don't have to do the optional extended, but this is great. Doing it like this is absolutely fine.
Okay. Cool.
And now hit the green button. That's save.
Now these two toggles down below: commit directly to the master,
Okay.
create a new branch for
Yeah.
comment, and start
I,
a pull request.
I think the second button would be good if you're doing something contentious, like let's say you wanted to massively rewrite the pattern catalog or something. It would be good to do the second button so we can talk about it before it goes live. If it's on the master branch and you press commit changes, that will appear live on peeragogy.org within.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So if I do an augmentation or addition or change, and I want to sort of ping folks and say, how does this sit with you? Blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
that's the mechanism for doing that?
Yeah, the branch would be ideal, a great way to do that. Absolutely.
Okay, and when I select that, does it ask me who do you want to, you know, does it automatically incorporate a ping to a bunch of folks or no?
If you so it won't. I don't. It will. It should actually. Most of the things change. It will automatically ping everyone here. So you'll see the
Okay,
Gitter thing. The Gitter is this amazing thing that Dorothea just hooked up. I think yesterday, the day before, and I'm already feeling like, how did we live without it?
okay.
So
So I need to get up to speed on Gitter because I'm not. I don't
yeah,
think I'm Gittered.
I'll show you that next. You'll
Okay,
see.
so I'll commit changes here and then we
Yeah,
can move on.
yeah. And then while we wait for that to propagate, I would say go click the big bold peeragogy.github.io at the top.
Okay.
You'll
So
see Doug Breitbart update license is the most recent change there,
gotcha.
top of the page. And if you click the 228 commits, you'll see all the recent changes, including yours is the most recent, and
Gotcha.
some other changes. If you go back now, back one page, I'll show you Gitter with this badge. If you go scroll down to the bottom, there's a green badge at the end. Yeah. So click that. I don't know what you have to do to get into it, but click that and do whatever it tells you to do vis-a-vis joining. I think login or something. Click login. You're a member, so it'll check. I think automatically that you're a member, or
Yep.
maybe authorized. Say it's okay.
And then authorize application.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're going to be probably fairly impressed with that. Oh, maybe not yet. Okay. Click into your organization's Peeragogy on the left. And it's asking you to enable notifications, so you don't have to do that. So here, you can see this notification on the right, 1307, Doug Breitbart, update license, link my name. Okay? So
Got it.
that's showing up for everyone here, Dorothea, Alex, Fabrizio, me, Charlotte, Paola. Charlie and Lisa haven't joined yet because they haven't been in one of these sessions. They don't know this thing exists yet, so you're ahead of them on that.
Gotcha.
I think you have to click Join Room, that red or orange button rather below. And that's our chat. So if you just want to say, hi everyone, I'm on Gitter now, then they'll know you're on Gitter. Yes, okay. So, and you can do things like these links to one and stuff like that. So if you click over there where FTG03, that's Fabrizio Open number 1, I think if you click on that, something will happen, the red one or the green one, either one, any of these. Yeah. So you could mention him if you want to send a direct message to Fabrizio. If you hit mention, it'll create an mention in your chat. You don't have to remember FTG03 or these chat privately. So you can do these kinds of activities clicking on these hot links. And that's a good way, I think, to learn the training wheels of this stuff. Yeah. Oh, Dorothea's already there. She's welcoming you with the same mention we were just talking about. So that would appear in some Gitter inbox. I don't think it'll appear on your GitHub inbox though. So yeah.
Now she did that entry by clicking mention or clicking.
Probably, or maybe she typed it. I don't know. Great.
Okie doke.
Okay, so this is Gitter. It's basically just a real-time chat, and I would say let's not get too distracted by it. Let's click into.
But Gitter is running in parallel too.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I want to go back to GitHub, I actually didn't hit Control, so I need to re-enter GitHub. Give me one sec.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's running in parallel, and it basically just snarfing up information from GitHub.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That's terrific. What a great tool. Okay.
These other changes, and because you're following us, other people in the organization, you see the updates here too, without the chat feature. So now I want to show you something else.
Now just for frame of reference, this is where I land in Peeragogy land on GitHub.
Yeah.
Now, are there any sort of signs or symbols, icons or indicators about what the current focus du jour is, what you know, what we're currently focusing on, and how do I and how do I know I'm in the right document, right place, right?
Yeah.
You know,
So
because
I think there isn't really a priority. I mean, that one other than what we roll our own. So I think that this Peeragogy slash Peeragogy Workbook, the second to last link on the right, is effectively up, not down there, over there. Yep, that one. If you click into that, um, and
and
click
then
down
the
there, that one. Uh,
okay,
that's very much extracted from this Peeragogy Creed or metacognition map or whatever, the parts 1, 2, 3 that we've been working on. So this has got,
right, okay, I looked at this.
yeah, this has got the interview, it's got some initial notes about the metacognition map, and it's got our pattern papers, well, maybe down below. Yeah, there's the summary of the pattern. So my hope is that we can use this. I want to kind of double purpose this workbook. Maybe this is a bad idea, but the initial idea is to use this thing as like a live updating version of your metacognition map. So I think for practice, we can edit this document now together some if you'd like. But really kind of use this, like if you go up and down, well, up and down, I don't know, I'm asking you for a lot of, who do the hokey pokey, sorry. But basically, if you look at this and you say, for example, I see myself as, and you probably had some questions to the answers to the interview questions above. So if we could refer back to like, what did Doug say? Hopefully you did, and if not, yeah, there you go. There's a profound level of programming. You know, if you can think about what you said there and think, okay, how is what I said there related to what's down below on this metacognition map table? And if it is, then kind of say, here's where I see myself fitting in, which we've already done on the Creed thing. You can open that up.
Right.
If the quote above is not related and you need to pencil in some other motivation or some other role that we didn't cover, just go right ahead and sign up there. And then the next step, I think, in a kind of on-ramping, well, re-on-ramping for us, or where you talked about becoming signatories to the thing, is then we would look down at the next level below. Sorry, I should reorder this, how to get involved in the Peeragogy project. So, or you can now that you know how to edit it, and just sort of say, okay, based on those roles, what do I see myself actually doing? And some of those things, like if you go down to heartbeat, that one, I think many of us definitely will want to do. It says identifying and fostering new working groups is a task that can help make the community more robust. Okay, this is a time dimension of spin-off projects describing reduce, reuse, recycle. Well, that's okay, but I would actually really revise what that says, which is like continuing to come and show up to the meetings is the heartbeat of the project. You know, why do we still have a project?
Right.
It's largely because we continue to talk with each other on Mondays. Now, if we want to start another group, you know, Peeragogy and Github group that meets on Thursdays, or a Peeragogy and Law group that meets in New York, or whatever you want to do, those could be the spin-off groups. Education, you know, what's after the Open University group, you know, whatever it is that we want to do. This is just kind of a memo that says this is ultimately meant to be the answer to your question. So it's not a very good answer yet, but it's a template answer to your question to say what's going on. It's all in one page. If you want to do this, Doug's already doing it. You can join him. He meets on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. in this cafe or this hangout. If you want to meet with him there, do it then. Otherwise, join
Gotcha.
on GitHub for asynchronous updates. So if you want to practice a few edits, maybe you could assist me and reorder that blurb about how to get involved all the way down to the bottom, and maybe we could add an intro. The only downside of GitHub is that this isn't a real-time editor, so you can click edit. Well, let me click edit. I don't want to be too sure. I'm going to check this too. I'm going to click edit and just see what happens if I click in there while you've clicked in. This was something I was curious about.
You mean whether we both can edit?
Yeah, do we both get a cursor, or is it going to conflict, or what? I think it's just
well,
I'm able to edit and you're able to edit.
So until we save or post, we are we're we're probably not both looking at the same document, right? If you
Yeah,
go down to line 122
yeah,
and place your cursor
yeah, yeah.
after the T in project
Okay, specifically after the team project. Yes, there it is.
and type 3 asterisks,
Okay. Yeah, nothing happened.
I don't see anything here.
Great. Yeah, so it's not a real-time editor as we're familiar with
Right.
from Google. But the interesting thing, so the interesting thing about Git is it's actually fairly smart. So even if you go, if we don't basically edit the same line, it's almost smart enough probably to figure out what we're doing. Now, and basically this is where the interesting things about Git, which we may or may not see so well here in the web interface. I've never dealt with conflicts in the web interface, but if you were to come down, if I was to type 3 asterisks there, and you go after that and type $3 or something, we could try and see if we both create a conflict. What will probably happen is it won't let you press save if I press save first. But I'm not totally sure about that. Do you wanna try it?
Okay, so I'm going to go after project. In principle, I should be right on top of you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to do $3.
Okay, great. Okay. Try creating a conflict. Okay, so I'd say mine.
And so I'm going to go now. I'm going to go commit.
Yeah,
Right?
that's fine. Go ahead and see what happens. Yeah.
Um,
So this red line is the conflict.
you've committed since I started editing. See what changed.
Yeah. So I guess if you click the
Now the question is whether it did that. See, it's interesting. So okay, now I'm going to click on see what changed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and now it's showing me
How it was,
how it was and what you did.
what I did. Although your thing is not, your proposal is not there.
Right.
So I suppose if you press back, yeah.
Now, back in a Git context or back on the browser?
Back in a browser context. You'll be right back where you were.
Right.
So this is what would roughly happen if we weren't using the web. You'd have to resolve this kind of conflict yourself. So if you want to preserve mine,
I'm going to take out mine.
If you want to just give up on yours, then I think you can just say press reload, and it will reload it without. It will reload it.
Now, is that a Git reload or a browser reload?
No, just a browser reload. Just a
browser reload. Okay.
Should so you will have in this case given up on your change, but what you could have done if it was more meaningful. So I guess leave this.
So it's saying confirm navigation. Your edits will be lost. Yes.
Yeah, it's okay this time. But in the other case, what would have happened is you wouldn't have lost anything. You would have said, okay, Joe changed this. I'll copy and paste my changes, reload it. Oh, you've reloaded it with your changes in it as well. Wow. So you're really at a very specific place. Okay, let's see. How can we get you out of this?
Well, what's interesting is it reloaded. Okay, so hold on. So what I actually want to do is I want to commit changes. It should give me back that error. And it didn't.
No. I think what's happened is you've committed your change on top of mine. So now it's got your version, and mine's been superseded. So I'm comfortable with that.
Well, that's interesting.
You had the option to by hand incorporate both, but you would have had to do it by hand.
Okay.
So you would have had to take those green things and said, okay.
Got you. Okay, so that was the. Okay, so I have a moment of choice activity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I guess the one thing we didn't explore was if you had pushed cancel. I think then we're back to square zero. But anyway, but my change would have gone in anyway because it's a commit. So my change goes in and it's done. So now we're back to how it was. But you'll see in the history.
It'll show the.
It show, yeah. Although it shows mine, it's interesting. Where's yours? Yeah, it shows yours now. So update that, so you'll see this history. If you click in there, the 7 commits or whatever, by the clock at the top.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's all there. We have the whole history at each version.
Gotcha.
And if you click into one of those, you'll see a similar, yeah, like that one. You'll see a similar line by line
Yep.
diff. This is called a diff. And if you want to comment on it, you say, for example, I disagree with what you did. I don't like those stars. You should use $signs.
So the plus symbol would be.
You're allowed to comment on that specific line if there were multiple lines. So go ahead and click it. Now you can make what's called a line comment, which is, you know, I prefer $signs to stars in this context or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, conflict tested. So there you go. And this is basically the bread and butter of Git, all of what we're doing now. It's a way to maintain a repository of material, distribute it, and work on it in
Collaboratively, and have version control and complete capture and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
And what I'm showing you now with GitHub, just to be clear, GitHub is a web interface to Git. So there's a piece of open source software called Git, which is running in the backend. We're getting this fantastic free as in beer, but not as in freedom website. So we're allowed to click around and do whatever we want. It interfaces to the software. If we ever decide we want to give up on all these great GitHub things, I don't think we should. You can still do it on the software side. And let me show you just as a slightly different demo.
Okay, should I stop sharing?
You might as well. Then I can see you and see if you're looking really confused. It's not going to be that confusing. So
okay.
let me start screen sharing. So just this isn't required, but just this is a little closer to what's going on in the back end. It could be instructive. So and this is the way I usually use Git and or GitHub. So I've copied that that URL there. And I'm going to have to stop screen sharing and start screen sharing again in a second once I create a terminal. Okay, now I'm going to create a terminal, share that. Okay, so there's that. And this is the more nerdy looking version. Git clone that. So it already exists. So I have to cd that, Peeragogy Workbook, and I'll do git pull. So what this is doing is it's downloading all of the stuff from GitHub to my computer, and there's the same files there. In fact, I have an additional file. This tilde is an autosave. Don't worry about that. If I type git log, this is the history of those changes that we showed in the fancy thing with your picture. Now we don't have a picture, but we have these numbers. And what you can do with the numbers is basically, I can for example, quit this. I can git checkout that number. It talks about some detached head and so on and so forth. I don't understand quite what it means, but if we look into that file, it's called Peeragogy Workbook. Here's the file.
Gotcha. So this is sort of the command line DOS version.
Yeah, this is the command line DOS version of it, and you can then. Oh, one thing I was hoping to show you. This is see how it's my version of the file. So I've rewound it back to my version with these stars in it. So I'm kind of like back in time to before. Nothing's really ever lost, because even though you've superseded my thing on the web front end, we can always check out where it was, and back and forth, and copy and paste. And then when you want to work with these branches, as we're talking about branches, supposing you'd done a bunch of complicated things, and I wanted to save some of them, but not all of them. Some maybe weren't quite ready yet. This tool could be quite useful, and there's other more advanced tools on top of the command line one. But I just wanted to show you that the command line one exists, just to show you what it is, and I'm gonna make because this was annoying me, I'm gonna edit the README and say what do we talk about? The point of this document was an up-to-date summary of what we're working on in peeragogy and ways you can get involved. Also includes exercises for newbies. Ending. Okay, so I'm saving that, and if I git commit -a-m update readme, what that's doing is it's creating these commits. Like that's like pressing save. It was the same thing
Gotcha.
you did before.
Right.
If I did git push, I'm not on any branch. Git push origin head master. Failed to push some refs. This is the real essence of Git right here. You get these crazy messages, and they're very, very nervous. But as we've seen in the web version, you're basically protected from all of that. Okay, I've got to git pull again. It says git pull. Okay, origin master. I've pulled in your changes. Oops, I think I've got to git checkout master. Let's try that. Warning, leaving two commits behind. If I want to keep them by creating a new branch, okay, how about if I git, what is this stuff called? Git merge 58d6. So this is very nerdy, 6b. Thank you for sticking with me. You can merge in these specific commits. Probably what I'm saying doesn't mean anything. Use git commit, not committing. Use git commit -m update readme. So now maybe try git pushing. Okay, finally I've pressed. This is equivalent to pressing save on the server. So now if we go back there on the web page and reload it, you should see I've typed something into this git readme. And as you can see, that wasn't the most efficient way to do it. I must have screwed something up in the process of checking something out. But we can stop there because you don't need to know how to do that to use the web version. I just wanted to show you that's where the command line is kind of a power tool thing. You seem to have frozen for me. I'm not sure if you've frozen for yourself. Dorothea, are you frozen? Hello? Well, maybe we'll stop the recording because that's half an hour. You can hear me. Hi, I can see you typing. Okay, so just Doug is frozen. Let's give him another minute to get back in. Is there anything else that I should talk about, do you think? Doug's disappeared. It's good for a start. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to stop the broadcast just because that'll give people a nice half-hour initial tutorial. Yeah, exactly. And if we want to do another, okay, here's Doug. Yeah. Doug, hi, welcome back. I'm going to stop the broadcast now, but we can have an informal Q&A that's not saved.
Okay. I'm not sure. Did I lose you guys, or did you guys lose me, or did we lose you?
Something between here and there went awry. So,
yes.
anyway, but I think it's good for a half hour. So I'm going to stop it because that will give people a quick half-hour tutorial video. And if you want to discuss more, we can continue without recording.